What is up, you guys? It is Thursday the 19th, and we have a new patch for Tarkov Arena, patch 2.1 or 0.2.1. But I'm excited to go over a few different things. There wasn't a huge amount of updates, but a few quality of life things that are worth talking about. All right, so first, we can see there's a task widget. So add an operational task widget. You can see, different task things. I have the game pulled up here. We can see it's in the bottom right of the screen now. You can pull it up and you can look at your different tasks. This is my weekly task. So it's a very different UI, which is really nice. But it says that it automatically accepts the tasks upon like launching the game or when you get your reset. We can see here this task is accepted. It doesn't look like it gives you an option to not accept the tasks anymore, which is kind of nice. So it looks like they're just always in progress upon launching the game. Looks like the little arrow on the right here means you can re-roll your task, and it shows you how much it costs. So really easy to understand. I'm getting a supply crate, weapon crate, Lego metal, some rep, and like the other currency and XP. So very, very nice change, I'd say. Now, the other really big one is the shooting range here. So I'm about to find out what that is like for the first time in just a moment. I don't even know where it is on the menu here. But yeah, it looks like we got pretty much level 3 shooting range is what it looks like. So my guess is it'll probably be like the one in the main game of Tarkov. So let's go ahead and cut over to the shooting range here. So to access the shooting range, it looks like we have to go to presets, select edit on the preset for the weapon you would like to use, select shooting range at the top right here, and let's see what it looks like. Wow, okay, so this is completely different from level 3 shooting range in the main game. This is actually really, really good. Because nice, and those go away as well when you shoot them. This is amazing. This is awesome. I love this. If you could use this like while you're loading for a match, man, that would be amazing. That would be such a huge quality of life thing. Just like in the main game, if you shoot up a target and we have quite a few bullet holes, you can probably replace the targets. Yep, and these will go away. So, which is really, really nice. It looks like as you're using the shooting range, the only big detriment is that you don't get infinite ammo. So the mags that I've been using actually do just kind of not replenish ammunition. So what that means is you're going to have to hit escape here and then hit the shooting range, which is that's actually super responsive. That's really nice. They did a pretty good job with that then. And I should have full mags and everything. Okay, so that doesn't really matter that it doesn't give you infinite ammo. We have the training. This, I think, just kind of will pop up different poppers, which is actually also very nice. Let's go and try it out here. $81. I don't even know if that's good. It'd be cool if you could have like a little leaderboard or something, where you could see like a universal leaderboard for all that stuff. This is usually used to like move targets, like the paper targets in the main game's firing range. So I'm not sure. I think this is just for show. It doesn't really look like you can interact with it or anything. There's a book to write down your complaints to Nikita, and I'm sure he'll listen to you. Wait, this is actually kind of cool. I just noticed this. I was running around. Looks like there's little bottles you can kind of shoot off, which is kind of nice. Like the little thing. Shoot the glasses. That's kind of cool. Can't shoot the lights out, but that's fine. Looks like if you really want to, you can kind of come up here. You got a little hangout spot. This is actually confirmed. This is where Nikita usually plays Tarkov. He comes in here, sits down, thinks about adding RPGs to the game, and then realizes how many people are going to complain about it, and decides to maybe not do it just yet. This is really cool though. I really, really love this edition. You can even kind of like practice like peeking, you know, through windows and stuff if you want from behind this cover. And again, you can come up here and even try, you know, just practicing your aim for whatever targets you want to shoot. So this is great way to try out your weapon that you just made in your preset. And the fact that it's so responsive going back and forth, like this takes like 5 seconds and I immediately am back into the firing range. Like you could probably get out of here. Let's go ahead and just change, like let's remove the silencer. Cool, and we'll save that. Go to the shooting range, see how fast this is. Look at that, look at how quick that is. That's awesome. Good job. Okay, there's one thing that I actually just noticed, and that is if we, so if we take off the silencer, for example, we save the changes here, we go into the shooting range, right? You use the weapon, try it out, then you hit escape, and then you go and you back again. So it actually saves the preset the way it is. So that gun, when you go into the shooting range, it is saving your preset. So just keep that in mind, that you need to make sure that if you want to put your actual part back on, you need to save those changes and then save the preset, because just think of the shooting range as a way to save your preset as well. Looks like you're able to select your region now, so hopefully servers and desync will be less of a thing. I have noticed a really good amount of desync in certain games, so it's more than likely because I'm getting put into servers with high ping that are in further areas. I'm glad that I was getting matched in games really fast, but the fact that, sometimes people would be just lagging and moving around the map in weird ways where I couldn't shoot them, or I was lagging behind cover and dying, while I can't even see the person. That's pretty annoying. So hopefully this region selection will fix a lot of that. So make sure you guys go and select the best settings for yourselves. If you're partying up, just like in the main game, it looks like it remains dependent on whoever the party leader is. So just make sure that you and your friends all have, the correct stuff selected. Another really, really, really nice quality of life improvement is being able to select the wrong preset. So if you click on one and you highly regret your decision, now at least you can change your preset and select the correct one that you want. I would assume that if everybody selects their class, you're not really able to select a different one, because I think the game automatically starts when everybody has their preset selected, but maybe they will just let the timer run out so you can switch to a different preset if you want to. Something interesting that I do not know if they have in the main game is blunt damage. So this might be something that they're testing out in Arena, but it looks like you're able to have some kind of blunt damage. And this is determined by the velocity of the bullet, weight, and caliber instead of the total damage. So this will vary. I'm sure maybe somebody might have a spreadsheet at some point. I would probably pay attention to, if you inspect a weapon, you can see the muzzle velocity here. I typically try to stick with high muzzle velocity weapons because they shoot faster and you don't have to lead your shots as much, like with a submachine gun. I'm not really too sure how this is going to work in Arena, but we'll end up finding out, and we'll see if time to kill is affected greatly by this or not. As far as a realistic tac shooter, I think this is pretty necessary to include into a game. If you get shot in the head and you're wearing a helmet in real life, not only are you dazed, but that usually causes like crazy damage to your head most of the time. So it actually makes a lot of sense to take maybe a little bit more damage. Even if you get ricochet, you're still gonna get really messed up in real life. So it makes sense that they added this. But I think it's smart that they're testing it in Arena first before the main game, so we can just mess around with it and see if it's broken or if it changes the way any specific gun or ammunition works. They removed two identical weapons in one preset. I didn't even think about doing this, so I'm glad they hopped on this right away before it was an issue. If an assault class brings in two MDRs with no ammunition inside of them, and then the sniper class comes in with no weapon but a few mags with M61 inside of them. Because now you have two people that are able to full auto M61s at people, and that's pretty broken. So I didn't even think about doing this until they patched it. So I'm glad they patched that. And guys, this is actually really huge. I am so happy that they did this for Arena. Like props to you guys. This is a really big update actually. So they increased the server tick rate. That is huge. Improved interaction between a game server and client. Reduced frame time on servers and latency. Fixed incorrect inertia. Reduced number of situations where hits were not registered. This is really good. It looks like they're really focusing on stability and performance. Like honestly, round of applause for BSG for this one. Looks like they're paying really close attention, and I think I have really high hopes for Arena. I think this game is going to continue to do really well. I'm glad they reduced the MP cost of ballistic plates for back plates and armor, because you would typically just not even run a plate or put in tier 3 plates because of how much of an MP cost there was. So I'm glad that they reduced that so it's not as detrimental. You could put that MP somewhere else. So that might change our preset builds a little bit. Looks like they buffed the MP cost of pistol attachments, reduced the MP cost of attachments for shotguns, which is kind of nice. I feel like shotguns are undervalued. I feel like some people think that they're broken, but it's really easy to counter somebody with a shotgun. Increase the MP cost of weapons with built-in stocks like the AUG and the MDR. That is super important. I think that that's a really good change. The AUG is just, I mean, it still feels so broken. It's such a broken weapon. You can just, it's a laser beam. Like you don't even have to even try to control the recoil of that weapon. So I think nerfing that a bit is a good idea. Reduce the MP cost of most AK weapons. I think they're trying to probably see how AKs interact with PvP. I still think that they're trying to get AKs to maybe be a little bit more viable and reduce the use of 5.56, which we can kind of see in the ammunition here where they nerfed a bit of the damage for 5.56 and then buffed some of the damage points, pretty much all the damage points for 5.45, so AK rounds. So it looks like they're taking into account the MP cost for the new blunt damage for armor. So pay attention to your MP. You're probably going to have to respec your presets a little bit. It's not going to be a crazy difference. That's why I kind of noticed some of my MP, like usually I'd get it really close to like 2 or 3 points off of that 13,000 MP cost, but now my points are all over the place, so I'll have to fine tune a few things. It looks like they changed the Vulcan from class 6 to 5, which is actually pretty crazy. That means they just want you to be able to hit headshots more, so headshots are more rewarding. I do agree with that. I think this is a pretty good change. I don't think tier 6 should be like super viable all the time, especially in like a PvP centered game mode, because you could easily just throw that helmet to somebody that has like a much better weapon as well. But yeah, to top it off, it looks like they just buffed AK rounds. It looks like they buffed 7.62 AK rounds for the most part. Just a very subtle buff to damage numbers. We nerfed a few 5.56 rounds, not by much damage. And then they did nerf, they pretty heavily nerfed the Ignalic version of 9x19 rounds. So this 9x19 might be a little less viable. I know that the round still has quite a bit of penetration, so you might be able to still really shred people, if you just unload on their face, because the MPX just has no recoil whatsoever and you can just let off rounds a ton. So that's where this will probably still be viable, but it won't be as good as if you decided to run like a M4 or MCX or some of the other weapons. That pretty much sums it up, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. We're slowly growing. Again, if you guys didn't watch my 100 subscriber video, thank you so much for subscribing and tuning in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the increased server tick rate. Like, that is crazy huge, along with all like shot registration updates, all the huge server updates. So hopefully we'll just constantly be getting more quality of life improvements as we keep playing Arena. Having these the taskbar also, as I'm in the presets, you can click on the little task widget here, which lets you look at everything. It's a really nice addition, and I think they're just going to keep pumping out really good updates. So this is a huge step forward for Arena. So yeah, give patch 2.1 a try, and I'll see you guys in Arena. Have a good one.